In recent days, a number of articles have popped up online about Bethesda game studios hiring a new voice designer. They all seem to conclude, lacking any real evidence, that voice acting is about to start for Starfield and therefore it is very far along in development. I apologize for the clickbaity video title, but these articles got me as well. However, since most of the time voice acting is done late in development, this line of thinking is not entirely clickbait nonsense. In this video, we will be discussing the possibility of Starfield needing a voice designer at this point in development, how likely this position is, in fact, for Starfield, and what it could mean for The Elder Scrolls 6. First, let's quickly go over the details of the job posting. If you're interested, the actual listing is at jobs.zenimax.com, and here's the job description. Bethesda Game Studios is looking for a talented voice designer to join our team that is pushing the bleeding edge of RPG development for the PC and consoles. In this role, the voice designer will coordinate, design, and implement outstanding dialogue for our games for current and next generation AAA games. Responsibilities: work closely with the audio and design teams to create original voice audio content from original scripts through localized languages. Respond efficiently to demands of multiple game teams for voice audio assets. Produce studio-ready voiceover scripts from proprietary tools. Edit, process, and implement final delivered voiceovers. Design audio post-processing effects for voiceovers. Work with external voiceover casting, directing, recording studios to plan and coordinate recording sessions. Work with external voiceover localization services. Debug, maintain, and ensure final product quality. Playtest and debug game audio systems. Work with programming team to provide input on future direction of audio tools. Maintain voice documentation such as scripts, casting sides, and post-processing details. And attend voiceover sessions and motion capture shoots where required. There are also requirements along with some desired skills, but you get the idea. So what does this mean specifically for Starfield? Well, it actually could mean that they are starting voice acting and motion capture soon, but it may also be for a variety of other reasons. Let's go over a few of them. First, given that Starfield has been in development for a long time already, there's a very good chance that numerous scripts have existed for the project already. Hiring someone into this position isn't something that necessarily indicates what part of development the game is in, because we don't know if this is a senior leadership position or simply an expansion of this department. Given the responsibilities, it could be just that the scope for their upcoming games is so large that their current personnel is having a hard time properly cataloging everything. As I read through the responsibilities, several of them are actually organizational, not operational. We could be looking at a game whose voice acting scope has increased so much that there is additional help needed, not that the voice acting for the game has just started. Bethesda has been using voice actors for over a decade now, so this process isn't something new for them. That said, we don't know how big Starfield actually is. If they've put together several years worth of dialogue to be included in the game for the story, quests, etc., then this scope may be far more than what their current staff can handle in the time that they have remaining. Another option is that the voice acting has already started and it isn't going well. Through management issues, bad scripts, bad voice actors, rewrites, or lack of organization in general, leadership may have decided that a change was necessary to get things back on track. A fresh set of eyes and a different management style is sometimes needed to get projects where they need to be, especially with imminent deadlines fast approaching. I am not privy to any information that leads me to believe that this is the case, but it is still a reason why this position may be open. Next, there may be someone already in this position who is ready to move on from Bethesda or simply retire. Bethesda could just be hiring someone to eventually replace whoever is currently in this role and is ensuring a smooth transition when the time comes. This doesn't happen that often in business, but it happens often enough that it is a possibility. Rough transitions can cause all kinds of ripple effects, and Bethesda could simply want to ensure a smooth operational handover. Finally, this position may have nothing to do with Starfield at all. Bethesda may be so busy with Starfield that they want to go ahead and get someone on board that can start dedicating time for The Elder Scrolls 6. Given the overall responsibilities outlined in the job listing, one major Bethesda RPG seems like more than enough work for one person in this position, especially considering the number of potential lines of dialogue, voice actors, languages, scripts, files, and personnel that need to be maintained. All of that being said, it is also a possibility that this role simply doesn't currently exist and Bethesda wants it so that they can start recording dialogue for Starfield. This is basically what I mentioned earlier and what all of these other articles are assuming. With this video, I just wanted to point out that it doesn't specifically mean that Starfield is close to being completed. While I would love that more than most people, trust me, I try to look at all of the options on the table. We are simply lacking too much information to just assume that since Starfield is releasing before The Elder Scrolls 6, that this position is for Starfield voice acting, which is happening imminently. Any project of Starfield's size and scope is going to have hundreds of thousands of lines of dialogue. According to Bethesda, Fallout 4 had over 110,000 lines of dialogue, which was more than Fallout 3 and Skyrim combined. Demands for games have simply gotten bigger and more complex, so I could see Starfield having double to 5 times the amount of lines of dialogue as Fallout 4. A recent release you may have heard of, Red Dead Redemption 2, had over 500,000 lines of dialogue. Who knows what Cyberpunk 2077 will have? All of this is simply to say that games have changed and Bethesda hiring someone in this role could simply mean that they are recognizing the growing development needs of AAA games as this generation comes to an end and a new one begins. What are your thoughts on this? Are any of you guys applying for this position? Do we simply assume that Starfield's development is winding down and voice acting is about to start? Let's discuss in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Maybe click that bell icon. And as always, thank you so much for watching.